Hey everyone, it's Jenny from Southern Savers. I'm glad to have you guys join me tonight. You are live from my hotel room as we have come for the first of many doctor's appointments for a little one. And I shared that, so if some of you don't know what I'm talking about, you can kind of read back on past posts. But we are gonna chat about learning sales cycles tonight and then go wherever your questions take us. I'm always cool with being interrupted and not necessarily following our topic, but sometimes it's good to just have a plan as we get started. If you're watching this on YouTube live, you need to head over to southernsavers.com and click on the link to be able to join the live chat. You can't join the chat without coming in through the actual Google Hangout. And for anyone else that's joining us for the first time, if you're in the chat, you can put in anything you want in the little white box down in the right-hand corner and chat away live with everyone else that's on the call tonight, including myself. So that's your way to ask questions and give follow-up, because a lot of times I'm going to end up saying, well, where do you live and what stores do you have? Because it definitely helps me to be able to answer questions as to how to save better. What I'm going to do is just start us with learning sales cycles and some key stuff there, and then we'll jump into questions and jump back and forth. Don't worry, we'll get to everything. So feel free to throw in questions. We always tend to answer every single one of them before our time is up. If you're brand new, learning sales cycles is half of the equation of saving money on your groceries. And if you don't get that part down, you're really not ever going to fully figure out what's going on. I can go into the store and I can buy something on sale today, but if I don't understand the concept that it's not coming back on sale for a set amount of time, then I go in and I buy one. And if I buy one at this really great price, that's a fun savings for today, but that's not helping me out next week when it's not on sale and now I have no more. So the concept in terms of putting this into our grocery shopping is that I go into the store, I see that it's an amazing price today, and I buy enough of that product to last me through until it is on sale again. So I have to know that sales cycle in order to be able to play the game right. And keep in mind that buying enough to get you through that and learning that sales cycle part, this doesn't give you permission to buy 97 different items of something. It just gives you permission to buy what you need for a set amount of time. So I'm not trying to go in and get 12 boxes of taco shells just because they're 20 cents a box and I've never seen taco shells for 20 cents a box. You're not going to use that many taco shells in the next 6 weeks. This is where the sales cycle comes in handy too, because not only am I grabbing what's on sale and enough of it, but I'm not hoarding. There is a difference between stocking up and hoarding, and we have to kind of be in the right place. We don't need to go overboard. So that's our goal in learning those sales cycles. So the basics, I go into the grocery store, I see something is an amazing price. I need to get enough of that product in general to last me about 6 to 8 weeks in most areas. Now, if you live in the north, some of your sales cycles will be upwards of 10 weeks long. For those of us in the south, we'll call that, like the Virginia line, anywhere where they stop making sweet tea the right way, you have left the south. You're probably going to have to buy a little bit more. Your sales cycles just aren't as frequent as ours are in the south. But for most of us, 6 to 8 weeks tends to work on almost every single thing that we're going to grab on a general basis in the store. So in other words, I go in, taco shells are 25 cents a box, let's say. I need to get enough of those taco shells to last me until they are back on sale in about 6 weeks. It's not a big amount of time, and how many times in the next 6 weeks are you going to eat tacos? It's not a ton as well for most of us. So don't go crazy on that one. So we've got the 6 weeks part. There are some exceptions before we just move on and think, yep, we're done for 6 weeks. It's not quite that simple. We have some exceptions, and you guys already know a few of them. So the first is seasonal items. We don't see spiral cut ham come on sale squeeze. Between April and November, it's not coming back on sale again. And you've got to be okay with that for some items that fall into that. And to give you a heads up, baking goods fall into that a lot more than we want them to, because some of us love to bake year round. My children would love for me to bake year round. I don't, but that would be great for them. With baking items, we see small little bubbles around other holidays, but in general, we see most of the sales for baking goods around Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Easter. We'll see some little tiny pockets around July 4th and other holidays where folks might jump in and bake something, but most of us aren't doing that. So you want to go in and get enough of those products that are seasonal to last you possibly until the next season, unless that's an insane number. If you love to bake, we're going to have to go with some prices that aren't as great as we saw, rather than getting, 96 pounds of flour. That's not necessarily going to work for you in the end, but we do want to get enough around when we can in that seasonal time period to last us if possible. With baking goods, what I mean by it being a really great bubble too is we'll see sugar as low as, I think we paid like 39 cents for a 5-pound bag around Christmas time, but we're not going to see that 39-cent price again until Easter, maybe 50 cents at Easter, but it's just not going to be that cheap. We'll see $1, we'll see $1.50, and that's still great if I need sugar, but the best prices are around bubbles for baking goods, and hopefully that makes sense. So Brian asks, up north, we're entering a freezer stock-up month. Do they have that in the South as well? Yes. For some reason, March is considered frozen goods month, which is funny because frozen goods in March, I mean, you don't even need a freezer in some areas. It's cold enough still. They do tend to put a lot of frozen items on sale in March. However, not popsicles and frozen novelties that you would want to eat in winter months. When we talk about freezer stock up, it's usually like our frozen entrees and our frozen vegetables and things like that, all going to be really good prices during March. But anything that is a cold food that we eat cold, ice cream, popsicles, those kinds of things, we don't still see really, really great sales on those until almost May. And if we do see a BOGO sale, we don't see a coupon to go with it. So just be ready on those. We're going to see the best sales on freezer cold items in warmer months. And the flip side of that is I'm going to see the best sales on hot tea, hot cocoa, soups in colder months. So just keep that in mind. That's the other exception to our 6-week rule. You'll actually, I mean, almost could pay your bills by this kind of cycle, but you will not see soup on sale from May 1st through September 1st. Never going to be on sale, never going to have a coupon for it. They don't even release coupons in the Sunday paper. Very few available as printables during those months. But the minute September 1st comes, you're going to open up your ad and it's all soup. Every can, every variety is on sale. It's officially September. So you kind of have to get used to that. With the hot and the cold foods also having their own little cycle. But for most of the items, and I know it seems like that was some big exceptions, in general, most of the foods that you eat, every 6 to 8 weeks are coming on sale. Cereals and condiments and just anything in the store. One last thing that doesn't have a cycle, actually, because everybody asks about these. What does not follow a 6-week cycle? Drugstores do not follow a typical 6-week cycle. They follow almost a 1-month cycle. In other words, I see Huggies on sale once a month in that drugstore. I see Pantene on sale once a month in that drugstore. So different brands on sale 1 week out of every month for each store. And you'll just kind of follow your store on that one, because keep in mind there are sales cycles, but it isn't necessarily that every store is following the same cycle. So just because I shop in CVS doesn't mean that Rite Aid is on the exact same cycle for the exact same products. You just want to pick your store and realize that what I'm looking at this week that's on sale in this store, it may not be on sale in another store, but it will be in a couple more weeks. So if you're trying to decide what store do I want to shop at or what store has the best deals, they'll really all end up coming to the store that you pick. I don't have to run to 97 grocery stores because this store has this cereal on sale and that store has this deal on sale. Everything will come to the store that you have or that you've picked. I just need to wait for it because they're not all running the exact same sale ad every single week. We see some similarities, but we don't see the entire ad exactly the same as you go through. So back to the drugstores for a second. They follow their own sales cycle and it's just 1 month long. So I don't need to go in and get an insane amount of things, and nor could I. If I'm shopping CVS, I'm usually limited to the number that is whatever the limit is on that deal. If the deal is buy 3 packs of Huggies diapers and it's a limit 1, then that's how many packs of Huggies diapers I'm going to buy. But if I, let's say there wasn't a limit and I went in, I don't need toothpaste. There is going to be more free toothpaste, possibly even next week that's a different brand, but Colgate's going to be once a month and Crest is going to be once a month, and you'll tend to see that cycle on through every single month. Once a month we have a really good deal on paper goods. The brands may change there, but a really good deal on paper goods. Once a month, a really good deal on diapers, and you'll kind of move around as you need to. And Brian says, I guess that's why we see the shampoo coupons in the beginning of the month. Yeah, it's perfect. We get all of our personal care once a month. They're good for a month. You will notice that the drugstores know that they're coming out. Procter & Gamble does release to all the stores nationwide what is coming in the Procter & Gamble insert a couple weeks before it comes out. So they know, and you'll see it even matched in. You'll see CVS and Rite all say there's an in-ad coupon or a Sunday insert coupon coming for this product and pair it in here, and this is how much it's going to cost. So they tend to put a lot of P&G products on sale that first week every single month because you just got the P&G insert and they're hoping to kind of capitalize on that. Remember, they get fully reimbursed for those manufacturer coupons. So if they compare sales on top of the coupons you already have in your pocket, they have a much greater likelihood that you're going to come into the store. So they play that hard. So first week of the month is Procter & Gamble. It's going to be our Pantene deals and our Gillette and our Olay and all of those items. And then the rest of the month, we're going to see some Procter & Gamble, but fewer and fewer as the month goes by. And that's pretty much the same in all of the drugstores. Okay, let's go to a specific store question for a second. Robert asks, I only have a Kroger for a national grocer, and I also have Walmart and Target. Which one is going to save me the most? I'm trying hard to get it up on the screen, but it doesn't want to put your question on the screen. Oh well. Which one's going to save you the